Moolala is brought to you by the nonprofit credit counseling agency Credit Canada and by Home Equity Bank, provider of the CHIP reverse mortgage. We have talked about financial literacy for kids 8,434 times on this program. The apps, the books, the courses, the methods, and we will probably talk about it 8,434 more times because it is so important. Hasina Lookman left the corporate world to create Explorer Hop, which is an education provider that teaches kids about financial literacy, help them to prepare for the future, right? Hasina joins me now to talk more about Explorer Hop and about some of the courses and educational offerings that they have. Hello there.
Hello, Bruce. How are you?
I mentioned that I have talked about financial literacy for kids 8,434 times. I'm only half kidding here. How is Explorer Hop different from the conversations I have had so many times on this program?
So Explorer Hop is different because we are basically the learning destination for financial literacy and entrepreneurship for kids, youth, and I would say even for adults. We're very much at the forefront in the financial literacy space around the world. And we're different from others because we actually give kids the tools to make the choices so that they learn for themselves. We've invested heavily in tech simply to provide that immersive experience to kids.
What would that look like for a kid? As a parent of a 12-year-old, she rolls her eyes anytime I talk about financial literacy because she knows it's what I do for a living. What have you learned to put it into their world? Is it Harry Potter references and TikTok videos?
Oh God, no. We went the game of gaming. We went the route of gaming. So I have a 14-year-old, and this company was actually launched by her when she was 10, 11. So it's very much started from the perspective of a child. And when we were developing programs, my daughter was very much involved in the way these programs rolled out. So the end product is we actually went down the route of saying, how do we create that gaming experience in money? And let's take, for example, the case of your daughter who's 12 years old. At 12 years old, they understand credit cards. They've got apps they buy online. She's got a phone for sure, right? Yep. And so they understand how to spend money. They also hear people talking about GameStop. They hear these things. They hear Bitcoin. What we do is we take that curiosity and we give them a platform where they can trade, right? So we went out and we got a proprietary feed from Wall Street. And so we have one of the fastest feeds than anyone I know. It's faster than my feed at TD. So that's what we did. And we kids get a virtual portfolio of anything between $10,000 to $30,000. And we teach them how to trade. And it's fun for them because it's real time. Things are moving. Something happens around the world that they've heard of, things are moving. Their newest store comes out with a new pair of shoes or whatever. Stock market changes. They're beginning to see things real time. They're making connections between what they hear and what they see and how it impacts their virtual portfolio.
I'm interested to hear more about how you determine what courses to offer. Some, like Camp Millionaire, I get it. Okay, got it. Personal finance, day trading. Yep, all that makes sense. The one that caught my eye, though, Bitcoin and blockchain. Tell me about that.
So we have had consistently every child, when they join Camp Millionaire, on day one, they want to do crypto trading. Wow. That is the buzzword. It is crypto. They don't have a clue what is crypto, but they want to do crypto. And I realized we could either teach them what is crypto, how crypto works, the goods and bads and ins and outs of crypto. And this way, they could make decisions for themselves because, as you know, you can no longer tell a 12 to 14-year-old what to do. They have to figure it out. You just create a path for them. And so we launched the Bitcoin and blockchain course. And as you can imagine, it is the most popular course. And they actually learn how the whole Bitcoin world works. What is interesting is that a lot of these kids who are trading, and we have a large percentage of kids who trade, they are already in crypto. So, Dogecoins, all these other little coins, they already know about them. They're in them way before the rest of the world is really getting excited about them. So it helps for them to know what they're getting into. It also helps them to simulate it when we have this platform. So a platform that I mentioned that we built, it's not just about stocks and mutual funds and things. It also does Bitcoin. It does options, because a lot of these kids get into options. It's got all these things that they can actually trade real time in the virtual world and see for themselves and learn before they go out and spend the money that they've got for Christmas or anything else.
Tell me about the competitions. You've got a global investment challenge. There's an entrepreneurship festival, a math hackathon. How do those work?
So all our festivals are global, and we literally get kids from across the world. With the math hackathon, we had kids from 10 different countries participating. They are given a real world challenge. This year, we told them the challenge they had was using math to solve the vaccine delivery method. And we had a team that came out from Mark Garneau High School in Toronto that actually won, and they used math to say this is how the world should, distribute vaccines so that everybody has a shot at being vaccinated. With the Global Investment Challenge, this is something we've now got for the third time in running. We run it every 6 months. It's again a global initiative. It's limited to 100 kids. And we've had kids everywhere from Australia to South America to France, everywhere. And these kids get a virtual portfolio of $30,000 that they invest in. The first time we did it, we had a young girl called Veronica, who's now 14 years old. And she took the $30,000 and brought it up to almost $90 million.
Wow.
It's insane. It's insane.
We've only got 30 seconds to go. Many of these services out there are offered by banks. They are offered by nonprofits. They are offered by fintech entrepreneurs, and there's different ways for those entrepreneurs to monetize this. What should parents expect? I mean, I see that they pay for the courses. How else do you make your money?
That's it.
Pay for your courses. Simple.
Pay for the courses, and let's train all these kids so they go ahead and they become more successful.
Very simple. Hasina, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me today, Bruce.
Hasina Lookman is the founder of Explore Hop. You got to check it out. There is tons of great material out there for kids. And boy, I can understand from firsthand experience how important the gamification of all of this is.